Fringe update. Animating skeletal meshes. Had a hard time figuring this out. Got some basics. So there it is. It moved. It was very quick. Very small animation. And I think we can preview that in another view. Yeah, like this view. So it's a very small animation, but there's a little piece here, a little bone that should be higher up, and so it's kind of getting caught up and erased, or it appears like it erases. It's supposed to stay level. I didn't animate that piece, and it's moving into itself. It falls down. Yeah, it happens so quickly. So I got distracted, and he was trying to make the menu on the desk, and so I have all these corrupt objects laying around, trying to create a blueprint that can just play an animation. And so getting that set up was quite quite a process that I didn't anticipate. But effectively in Houdini, what I tried to do in order to have nanite compatible meshes, so we come in here. So to have nanite compatible meshes that also can animate with skeletal animations, maybe I should have started with that, uh, is that I want to have skeletal animations, but also have nanite meshes supported. I thought to make perhaps some proxy geometry. And so we would animate the proxy geometry and then just use sockets in the blueprint to replace the geo. And so, wait, let me see if we turn on this. So we can turn on this ugly. This is the proxy geo here. But what we want is the good looking stuff. So we hide the proxy geo, but we still need some kind of skeletal mesh, because Unreal freaks out if you just try and import points for the bones, and it doesn't do a good job. So I think I'm going to go back to trying to fool it, but the workflow within Unreal for animating and setting up sockets is very visual, and so if you don't have a skeletal mesh, then it gets really tricky, and it tries to do some things for you, like it positions the bone in the center of the mesh, which isn't what I want. Like I have bone positions already specified, so there's some kinks in the export and import process. I got to figure out how to get it to do what I want. This is like root. Let's look at it in Houdini. The root. So in Houdini, I did a very, very simple setup here. So it's just going straight up. Let me Yeah, so I just put all the bones going straight up because they're all the way it's going to work. The animation is I'm just going to rotate the needle on this axis, and then the puck left is just going to move this way. So that's really it. There's not much else, but I just out of habit, everything gets rigged up, and I'm not moving these little knobs. So we've got a very simple skeleton, but when you import it into Unreal, it doesn't do that. Like it puts it in its own spot. So I've got to figure out how to get the bone position out of Houdini and into Unreal. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, so I tried this control rig thing. It's like, okay, well maybe let's try control rig. So I got the control rig set up and then use this to try to center this again, but that didn't quite work out. Like it seems to have backfired a little bit and erased into itself. So I'm like all kinds of stuck. I created an animation sequence using the sequencer deal here, and this was, it kind of bothers me that I have to do it in the scene. Like I wish I could just do it over here in the animation specific view. Yeah, it's a small thing really, like it's not that big of a deal, but it threw me off. Like you have to do it inside the actual scene. So I'm stuck right now. So I have to kind of reset and figure out what to do next here because I thought this animation thing would be super simple, but it wasn't. Like it's not simple in Unreal. So I got to figure out how to get the bones. I think I need to start over with the export, and that's where the root issue is that these bones are not in the right spot. That's the first issue. I need them to appear like you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be over here. I need to be able to specify those bone positions on export. And then once I get past that issue, maybe maybe I can figure out the rest of the problems. So that's where it's at right now.